Hello everyone, and welcome to Table Stories RagTags. I do the intro and then pass the mic down this way to Jay. Reach up and get it up. No, up. Top. This way. There you go. Now take the mic.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Table Story RagTags. How are all of you in the chat? Can I get a tables to hobo?
Yes.
How are you guys, players? What's going on? Happy Thursday.
Happy birthday to Wax Steven.
It's happy birthday to Wax Steven. I was going to talk about that. I'm going to post his Twitter in the chat. If you guys are on YouTube and you see this in 5 days, still wish him a happy birthday.
Don't just wish him a happy birthday. Send him a picture of a birthday cake.
Yeah, in 5 days, please. There you go. Go tweet him happy birthday.
Make sure it's a stock photo too.
And yeah, then, just find it and go Google Images. Everyone has to send him a different picture. If any two people send the same picture, we will find you. We will find you.
Wack has requested that all presents go to our Patreon today.
Yeah, go and support the Patreon as a gift.
Happy Thursday, everyone. We've had a little time off. Sorry about that. Yet again, and unfortunately, we gotta announce that that Frisk is no longer a part of the campaign. But this cat is apparently.
Yeah. Well,
Frisk is now a cat.
Frisk has turned into a cat somehow. He's gonna scratch me. This is a terrible idea. He hates this.
Uh-oh.
This is.
He's trying to be good about it.
He's onto the couch. Thanks, buddy. But hopefully we'll be able to recast her in another Table Story campaign soon. Just traveling, unfortunately, and life. But we still have these four to drag through the
campaign, kicking and screaming.
It's Wax's birthday, but we're not going to use his lines.
Oh. I wasn't even going to. I was going to say not drag. It's more like you guys are just kind of pushing yourselves along at this point.
Stumbling.
It's
actually we've been like Leroy Jenkinsing.
Well, it's my fault.
Kind of. You are the one that put the amulet in. I mean, I suggested it. I don't think I suggested it. I might have planted this seed.
Just saying, if you put this in, it would perfectly fit. Just saying.
Listen, I just gave you the pedestal. You're the one that put it in there, right?
That's my rationale. And Keck. This can't go well.
There's never going to be, just like Brad said, there's never going to be a stealth mission. Oh, it's the water. That's what he wants. It's the water. Come here. Not on my
cat's water. What the hell, dude?
Flynn has a really weird thing. He has to drink from my water. If it's on my desk, it's like, I don't know what it is. Like if I take this and put it down, then he goes too.
I saw the tail.
There goes my water. There goes my water. Thanks, buddy. Enjoy. Yeah, and then okay, or not actually. All right. Oh, I've been chosen over the water today. It's okay. He got some yesterday, so he won't starve yet.
Yeah. He ate last week.
Yeah, he ate last week. He's fine.
I say that all the time. You hungry? You ate yesterday, man. What's wrong? You should be fine. So, do you guys want to jump right into it, or do you need a couple moments to shake the legs off?
I want to breathe a little bit. No,
you want to breathe?
I want to jump right into it.
Then that will give me a chance to ask a question. I have added all of my spells, as we discussed. I have 5 that I can have active, and that happens like in the evening. I'm like, in the night I'll meditate, or in the morning I'll meditate. These are what I have active.
Yes.
I have 3 slots total, 2 slots remaining. Now, that means I can do 3 spells per day. I have already used 1 of them. Have I said these things correctly? Yeah,
100%. That is how spellcasting works as a cleric, pretty much.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. And then the only thing you got to remember is your ranged spell DC on your spell page, and that's what everything rolls against.
Okay.
That's being a spell.
Ranged spell.
Should be top right of your spell page.
Spell attack bonus, spell save DC.
That's it.
Spell save.
Spell save DC is everything that a monster, whenever they have to roll a check, they have to beat that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, did I double add that? I'm a dingus. Okay. Real quick before we start to appease both crowds here, Zot, you can start us off telling us about yourself, who you play, and what you do, where you do it. We're just gonna do the quick round of intros, so you don't have to play yet. You just have to intro yourself.
I just have to intro myself. Yeah, that's great. I get to contemplate life already. Well, my name is Zappat. I'm playing Keck, who is one side of a 2-headed ogre that is a warlock that is obsessed with food and is very simplistic in his needs. It's food. He just wants food. And then
and sometimes shiny things.
things that he cannot have.
Sometimes?
He wants that too. A lot. Yeah, no, it's
forbidden fruit.
Yeah, it's definitely the forbidden fruit. I almost want to call it syndrome, but it's full on. He sees something that somebody else has and he can't have it. He wants it. So, whether it be something of power or something like a flower, he wants flowers. He will get those flowers.
I forgot about the flowers.
One day.
Oh.
He will eat them.
His other counterpart, the literal other half of his body, Ozug.
Sorry, Ozog had to test a little thing because his voice does not wish to work with how the world goes Zoom.
There it goes.
There it goes.
I don't understand. This damn trinket, it is fucking with my voice.
It's the trinket that you've got.
This is the trinket.
But Conocronus, I voice Ozug.
No, it's the trinket.
It's the trinket.
It's trinket. That's the key word, Connor. Just listen for trinket and it's doing it. All right? That's your keyword. Connor's got some mic issues today. We don't know what they are, but
Let's hope this fixed it.
Hopefully. There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
You just have to. You just have
This
to.
is how.
Oh my god, Robozug. It's Robozug. That's what it is.
Robozug.
Can we get Ozug robot fan art, please? Oh, sorry, Connor.
It's gonna
sorry.
break again now.
No, it's go.
No.
Go. Quick, get it. Go.
All right.
Race it.
So yeah, barbarian, half ogre, connected to Keck. He just doesn't want to have to deal with more eating of wolves and other shit. So
You'll love it.
No, do not give it to him.
That's literally every quest.
Yoda out of nowhere.
Every quest NPC is gonna offer wolf carcasses now. That's it. It's the only way you get paid.
Yep.
do you want Ozug to be a murder hobo? Because that's how you make him a murder hobo.
You are Connor Kronos. You're already
You're
a murder
already the
hobo.
most
We
murder hobo.
I am not a murder hobo.
Of
Give me a
all.
murder
baby.
hobos of Table Story. That is
Yeah.
like
Camille,
the
baby.
Canon?
Garthis.
Canonical.
You got it.
For sure.
Too much.
He accidentally kicked a guy. Well, let a guy fall to his death. That's fine.
Yeah, murder hobos.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Carlias, however, was not.
Carlias let the guy die. The second episode or whatever. The dude.
Which guy?
When you
I got pushed
I
got
off.
pushed
mean,
off the ledge. Weren't you there for that?
He was
Wasn't that-
about to push off Tenchi. Arden.
Oh, was he now?
I
Was he?
protected him.
Yeah.
I protected him.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay. Well,
that's
maybe we'll have
He
to.
was getting a little too frisky with Arden.
We'll have to
I protected
agree
him.
to
He was shot in the back.
disagree,
Camille
perhaps.
and
Actually-
Gideon were the murder hobos of Table Story. We were the fucking canon murder hobos back in one of our first
What is
campaigns.
wrong
Table
with
Story.
people in my campaigns? Like, what the fuck? The Storm King's Thunder crew were so neutral. Dustvale was a little more good guy neutral towards the end, but you were still neutral throughout that entire thing. And then
Yeah.
Darkfire is the most neutral I've ever seen. I put a quest in front of them last week, and they just went, "Nah, let's just go to the main city instead." Like, they barely took the quest. I was like, "What's wrong with why do people? Why aren't there any good guys in my campaigns? I'm going to do an all paladin." And you can't do any of the stupid paladins. You have to be the main one next
Just
time.
lawful good paladin.
Lawful good
Lawful
paladin.
good by the book.
Whatever that main oath of devotion is. That's it.
I mean, Kipling's correct. Kenneth did murder hobo first in Dustwell.
Murder
I
hobo
knew it.
is the most famous.
I mean-
Kenneth is the most famous murder hobo by far.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
that train though.
Like,
Listen,
and then, like, the thing is, you're like, yeah, but
Madam
then we, like, wrote the character up and stuff, and then you all robbed a fucking general store because you were like, I'm like 90% sure the cannibals own this store, so let's just kill everyone in it.
Cannibals!
I think I bought that shit too. I was like, you know,
That's how
they're
morality
right.
works.
Cannibals.
That's how morality works in D&D.
Probably
They
fine.
were
There is no-
bad, so we killed them and
What
took
about-
everything.
What about Storm King's Thunder,
Kill the
the
cannibals,
old
and we balance out
man?
the world.
The old man who had no money to feed his grandkids, and you were like, we're just gonna convince him that this crappy amulet is worth his entire life savings.
Navari. That was not Gamil.
That was dark.
Or
That was dark.
Trinket.
Navari.
Trinket.
man.
Trinket.
It's all late. Brad, why don't you tell him about Taldro?
I am never a murder hobo. I play only lawful good characters that are never annoying. Today I actually am playing a lawful good character who's not as annoying as some of my other characters. His name is Taldro, and I haven't had a sore throat for 2 weeks now. And I couldn't work out why, and it's because I haven't been playing Taldro. Every Friday I have a sore throat, every Friday.
You need to do vocal warm-ups, get practice.
I would never do such a thing. I am not
Get good.
I would never practice anything in my life.
With honey in it.
Tea and honey.
That would be a wicked idea, wouldn't it? I think I might be
Take a shot
allergic to
of
honey, actually. It might kill me.
No.
So let's find out. Why not? I am a level 2 paladin. That's important because I now have spells. I haven't really used them yet. Oh, did I? Did I use one of them?
You used a smite.
I did use a smite. I used a thunderous
Yeah.
smite to explode someone's midsection last time, just destroy a man because he had to die, so that as not to let off the horn of Gondor. And I was once a temple guardian, and I now guard.
This guy right here. this guy right here
Yes.
who is playing Kale, who is a half-elf cleric, also level 2, who is also kind of just learning to use her spells. But Kale has an issue. Kale is sickly. She's not well. So she and her protector, Taldro, are out and about doing various things. But chief among those things is actually looking for a cure for what ails me.
Looking for the font of eternal life.
Of eternal life.
No,
life,
just a
life,
cure.
life.
Went too far.
Wait, you gotta find the cure?
She wants
They,
to
like, broke
become
up
I know right where the
immortal.
cure is.
They're calling it the cure.
My cat is so needy today. I will love you after. Let me play.
I will love you later.
I will love you later.
Remember that one.
Big on.
All right. Now that we've got PETA on our case, it's a proper show. We've pissed off at least one person.
And it wasn't me that did it.
And it wasn't Brad this time. Hey.
You know what? Snaps for Brad.
I'm real proud of myself. I didn't incite the flame war. I'd like to thank my mom and God. Eldath. I'll thank Eldath for helping me show me the ways of
Eldath.
peace.
Speaking of Eldath.
Mm-hmm.
So, the week before, you three, technically 4. Oh wow, that rhymed. That's neat. You guys and gals went down into this kind of sprawling network of caves. That is this located. The entrance that you located underneath a well, and following the story up to this point, you had gone down this through this cave network to rescue the niece and nephew of Boris Hartfield, a man that had hired you in one of our first episodes here when you first got to this town, town of Finbar. He had hired you to go and investigate his farm and then get his niece and nephew back. Here we are a couple days later, while you're finally on that last trek to find them. And whilst going through these twisting caverns, Keck, you found a ring of teleportation that wasn't quite the ring of teleportation you thought it was. You guys had encountered a cave-in the day before, and kind of just been wandering up until you found this large, cavernous kind of open room with dwarven runes and inscribed into brass workings across the one wall, leading up to a door. Statues on either side and cobblestone underfoot, each and every single inch of the room written in the story of the city of Abathun and how and why it was made, talking about the curse that had affected this land thousands of years ago. Keck, you obtained an amulet at some point in our journey, a reward from Boris Hartfield for at least investigating his farm, and curiously have found a supposed dais that this amulet might fit into now. Last week you had put it down to the dais, and suddenly, immediately, it sprang to life. It started to click and almost turning slowly like a clock would. These cogs, then picking up speed and I think I described something extending out of the top, and a couple of mechanisms think floating upwards. I think this might have been for the first time ever that you guys might have seen mechanisms working in this regard as well. Technology isn't crazy common throughout the land of Vormir here, and this is still pretty ancient. So it's on every single side of the walls, as this necklace sat in the dais, you noticed and heard these loud rumblings and clicks, and they seem to travel all up to this large circular door. These long bars in the middle of it that kind of started to retract and slide out. And from these 3 circles, one at the top, 2 at the bottom, the left-hand circle on this door opened and shut a couple times, as if malfunctioning, and then finally thrust open again. And we're met now with the scene, I think where we ended off immediately last week, and where we start immediately from. You see 4 eye stalks start to appear from the door. They start to they kind of like go up into the door, and then the eyes settle. Another one kind of comes out from at the bottom right. Another one comes out at the bottom left, as if it's pulling itself through with the eye stalks. You see this kind of sickly mass, this circle covered in slime, and then hear the clinking of metal as you each of you roll me a perception check really quickly.
I don't want to see it.
Hear the clink of metal. Okay.
I definitely don't.
You don't see it.
Kale,
No, mama.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Kale, you can see this, the eye stalks. They're a little closer as well. When you hear the clink of metal, your eyes are immediately drawn. You can see these small brass pieces of almost armor that seem to adorn the spectator as well, or this creature as well. As the body moves forth, the eye opening, the middle eye sitting in the circle of this body. You can see a large row of teeth kind of open up, spiked and hanging. It doesn't seem to notice you immediately. As I'm just describing it coming out of the door, you guys have a couple of moments if you want to hide or do anything.
I rolled a natural 1 on my perception.
You did.
Do I even see this thing?
I'd say no, but I'd say you can hear the clink of metal, and you can hear, I'd say, the doors opening. You guys had a couple of moments. What do you want to do?
Maybe I'm looking at the. I probably then am just standing there like arms crossed, watching this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
I'm not. I think I'd be oblivious to the monster and approaching.
Right. The other 3?
Well, I definitely saw it, so I think all you see from me is like, if I could get any paler, I got paler, and I probably took a step backwards, and since I'm on those steps right there, probably just ended up on my butt. And I'm going, Teldro? And that's it.
Kakanozug, what do you guys think you're doing?
Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm trying to weigh the pros and cons here.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're not looking good for me.
Okay.
No, they are not.
You are not deep throating
can-
one of those tentacles. You're not trying to eat it.
I'm not gonna eat the. I was gonna try and eat it, but.
You're not eating it.
Part of that perception is you can see the statues on the other side. They are an option to hide behind. Okay. Just so you know. I wanted to make those clear because I don't think I think I pointed out the statues last week, but the statues I'd added them in on the map just to really make them clear to you guys. So, but let me know what are you doing.
I mean, I'm assuming. Just looking at like how would you describe like the size of this thing? Like, are we talking like?
Let me give you this is kind of what it looks like.
Very nice.
Kind of what you see. I'd say it's about 2 to 3 feet of this large like circular fleshy mass, large eye about a foot across, and the smile as well. The notorious mouth, the tongue hanging out, and then each tentacle probably about a foot to 2.5 feet. The eye stalk sticking off of its body.
So it's not huge.
It's not massive. Yeah, it's definitely like it's about, I'd say, about the size of yours and Ozug's torso.
Okay.
The real question is, does it look like food to you?
I mean, looking at that tongue right now.
For some reason, Ozog wishes to say he is not okay with that.
Okay. So
if you want to take over, like Keck is in deep thought right now. Like
if you're frozen, I think then what happens is this creature we know as a spectator, it blinks for a moment. I think Kale, you see it blink for a moment, and it kind of locks a gaze on you, and then let me look, because I think there's only one of you that can. What languages do you guys speak?
Oh yeah, I've got a few.
Common, Orc, Elf, Sylvan, and some Aquan.
Okay.
For some reason, my character can just
Giant,
speak every
common,
language.
Dwarven.
Okay.
Deep speech, Elvish, and Infernal, Sylvan.
Okay, cool. So I think as it opens its mouth and it starts to speak, you hear a kind of guttural. All of you except for Kale, you hear in this booming voice, "Who dares disturb Mythrax, the god of Abathun?" And then focus its eye on you and it's, "Mortal, what do you want?"
Do I now know it's here?
Yeah. You Taldro now. Your vision is immediately like picked up. It is staring. You see this creature, this I'd say now hulking over Kale. It floats forward about a foot as it's speaking. Kale's kind of sitting down, like cast back, sitting back on the steps, almost half falling down them.
But it's just screeching unintelligible.
It's just screeching, unintelligible, strange, guttural sound like they've come from the bottom of an ocean somewhere.
May I react?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
One hand on the warhammer, the great hammer. One hand out, and I'm gonna start walking towards the thing.
Yeah.
And immediately, like I'm like trying to calm it down. I'm doing the cop thing to de-escalate before, because I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. You know, this thing.
I'm not gonna judge.
It's not immediately trying to eat Kale, so I'm immediately walking over, like, okay, what is happening? Excuse me. My name is Taldro. If you would not mind.
Speech or Infernal, though?
I'm speaking in common.
Deep speech.
Yeah, I'm just
Kale,
speaking in common, walking over to him.
Okay.
To the best of
roll
my ability.
Oh man, this is why I wish we had like a powered by the apocalypse system sometimes, because it's. Roll me a. I'd say just give me a straight charisma check.
Okey-dokey. That's a 19.
A 19.
Whoa.
Okay. So it, as you're walking forward, doing the cop thing, and speaking to it, it spins its head to you. Kale, you hear it say, "Stop moving, mortal, or I will devour you."
So
Right
I'll
now.
shout to Taldro, "Stop! It said to stop! Stop moving!"
You understand what it is saying? It is speaking, yes?
I do. Yes, it just wants to know what we're doing here.
You must tell it that we apologize for disturbing its home.
I'm gonna say that immediately in deep speech. I'm going to apologize to
Yeah.
Mythrax and for the disturbance, and say that we have
We just
no ill
rolled up and
intention.
opened his front door, dude. Like, damn right, we're gonna apologize.
Young mortal, Mythrax accepts your apology. Thank you.
In deep speech. Thank you. We were just awesome
Kind of,
children.
yeah. You see the eye stalks. They somewhat settle. Like they're not like this now. They kind of settle down as if they're relaxed. But it still seems this one eye kind of boring into you, larger than almost all of its body. It says, children. Which children?
Well, lots of them, I think, but two in particular.
Mythrax has seen these children. Kind of, you see it like he holds up, not his head, his whole meatball body for a moment, and then goes, "What can you give Mythrax, the god, mortal?"
Oh.
Mythrax will tell you
What?
where these children are.
What do you like?
It like brings the one eye stalk under the mouth for a moment.
My God.
Mythrax seeks something he has never had before.
Something new, then. New to you.
I will accept 4 offerings from all of you. Each head.
Right. Let me tell my companions that they don't speak your language.
It bows its body.
I'm watching this insane exchange right now of these two.
Peck
like,
is trying to decipher.
like, what the fuck?
I will say, so this is, it's not more of a like an out loud. It's not necessarily speaking out loud. This manifests more as like thoughts in your brain. So it kind of feels like your every sense is being assailed. It's just immediately there's another voice in your head that is speaking to you. So it takes a little minute to get adjusted to. Its mouth doesn't move as much as it speaks. Its tongue kind of flicks around, but you can still hear it speaking.
Oh boy. So yeah, I'll tell the party he doesn't mean to hurt us. He's gonna he just wants some things, and I'll say, he wants items that are new to him. So if you've any trinkets you're willing to part with, I could give him.
I mean, Ozok has rubber ducky.
Well, oddly, that might do it.
I can't imagine this beast would have a rubber ducky.
I might.
I kind of just like put out my hand with the rubber ducky towards it.
Yeah, it as you hold out your hand, it trains one of its stalks over, still keeping its large eye on Kale. It switches from unintelligible to common, or not common, but just more so a language that you understand. It's telepathically speaks with you and says, "Ogre, hello. I am Mythrax, speaking your tongue of tongues.
Cat, can you hear this?
What is it you offer me, mortal?"
Can I actually hear him, or is it just to Ozog?
It's just in his head.
Okay.
Just in his head.
Hey, can you hear that?
You're right.
That the voice.
No more than usual.
Ogre, what do you offer?
I offer a rubber ducky.
What is rubber ducky? Is it like it just starts to float over. Comes across the room, starts to slowly come over. You can see its eyes swap away from Kale and now like lasers in on you. But one stalk still, as soon as it passes you, Kale, it just starts to track you. The other one's still tracking Taldro. As it moves over, and it gets really close, like right here. I think you can smell its kind of rancid breath. You can see immediately.
I mean, on a scale of Keck to like death,
Mm.
what is the difference?
I would say like Keck waking up in the morning after eating something that has died.
Was it alive at the time, or did it die? Like
Probably died and then you ate it. It's yeah.
So that's
yeah.
a Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
That's a normal Tuesday.
Yeah. As it floats forward. It inspects it. It's kind of very animated now. As it you can see, it's almost happy in some way. It kind of floats like really quickly side to side, just looking, using its whole body rather than the eye stalks. And then finally, as it settles down, the eye stalks come in, and then you hear again in your voice, as one of the eye stalks come up to you, "Mortal, what is this rubber ducky?"
This rubber ducky brings great joy to the person who owns it.
Does it speak?
Well, sometimes, but you have to give it a little squish and it'll respond. I don't know if you're able to understand what it is saying, though.
Mythrax will accept your offering. And then it kind of it motions, it nestles one of its tentacles together and motions for you to like motions it forward for you to put the rubber ducky in the little nook of its quote unquote elbow.
Okay, just place it in.
Yeah. And he pulls backwards a little bit, starts to float backwards, just starts to literally go backwards while still staring at you, and then over to you, Taldro.
I'm blinking and staring at it. It has yet to speak to me. I've just seen it speak to Kale, and then
if I see it
float
staring
over
at
there.
him.
Yeah, it's just floating for a moment. Yeah.
I'll say, Taldro, it wants an offering.
Offering.
Just a trinket or a gift.
Gift. But I do not
Right.
have any things.
Do you still have those flowers?
Of course.
You see its eye opens. It like reaches forward. It goes forward, and you see it do it again. It starts to look not as animated this time. But it starts to peer around, and then one of the two stalks come down and start to inspect around it. His tongue, like, and like takes off two of the petals, and you see it kind of like it pulls its tongue into its mouth and coughs. One of them flies out, and then stares at you really quick. You hear in your head, "Mortal, what is it you offer Mythrax, the god?"
This is flowers. They are not commonly for eating. They are to look pretty. Below ground, you will never have seen them, I am sure, but above ground, these are rare. They are given to us as great offering. It was given to me, and as great offering, I give it to you.
Mythrax would like to know, who gave you these flowers, Mortal?
A human woman. I saved the child that belonged to this human woman. She went and gave me this, an offering from her people. I give you it, an offering from me. It is my most prized possession.
I accept. And he like holds open the same fashion, kind of motions for you to put it. Yeah. As it takes it, it licks another one. Doesn't get to the petal this time. Just licks up the what do they call the stem? It goes backwards again, and then turns around really quickly and looks at you, Kale. One eye stalk still trained on Taldro. And then says in deep speech, "Mortal, what do you offer Mythrax?"
Mythrax, I noticed you might be hungry, and I've unwrapped a ration, and I hold it up and offer. Try this.
Mythrax is never hungry.
Oh.
Says in a more serious tone. I will give you one more chance.
Right. And I'm just gonna dig around my bag.
Yeah.
I have a number of blankets. I'm gonna pull out a blanket and hold up the blanket. Here, it's a blanket. It's very comfortable and soft and beautiful and handmade.
Let me see. A blanket
very special to me.
What do you do with a blanket?
It comes from my
Mortal.
temple. Well, you see, a number of things, really. You could disguise yourself with it. And I'm gonna toss it to him.
Yeah. Do you, let me see. Yeah, it's I think it drapes over. Slowly starts to drape over, and then it covers
And
his
it
eye.
floats, right?
Yeah,
As
it
my
floats.
hair
It just like
It's literally a specter now.
it floats.
Happy Halloween,
You hear
boys!
throughout the entire room immediately, "Mortal, what have you done to Mythrax?"
Oh,
One of the eye stalks thrash. It like half covers the eye, and I see. It is warm.
It's very, very warm.
Mythrax has not felt warmth in 400 years.
Oh.
Yeah, it sits there for a moment and very well.
It's a rubber ducky and a blanket and some flowers.
Mythrax accepts your offerings, mortals. It says now, simultaneously in all languages except for you, Keck. You don't get it in your head, but you can hear the you don't get it speaking to you in your own language. You can't understand it. Sorry. You still hear
Wouldn't
the
he
guttural.
technically understand because he's speaking to me in my own language?
No, it's not like a language. It's more so something that you understand. It's more of a I don't know how to explain it.
The connection
it's
of
like
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, like telepathy. It's more of a just. It's there in your mind. It's something that you just know. And it says, Mythrax approves, mortals. You today, you survive. Like the mortals earlier, you may not have access to the great city of Abathun, but I will offer you access to the archives,
The archives. What are
where the
those?
children have gone.
That's where the children are.
They are the mortals who also passed the test earlier today.
Oh, right. Please show us.
He says, very well. And then just begins to float slowly back over to the past you, Kale, and goes. You can see it going back into the hole. You see it kind of tenderly put the rubber ducky on the other side, and then tenderly it drops the flowers. It goes through the hole, but the blanket kind of gets caught and then falls on the other side. I think Kale, you hear from the other side, mortal.
Yes.
In your head. Pass this blanket device that you have given Mythrax through the hole.
Certainly. And I just right away scurry up and pass it through. Here you are.
And then immediately, as your hands close, you hear nothing. I think for a couple moments. I think it's just it just settles as it slams. The silence kind of fills into the to the room for a moment, and then it's about maybe 30 seconds later, it hangs more and more. You hear another metal clanking, and then more rumblings of something winding up. Off in this direction, there is a you hear the sound of stone scraping across the floor as a door crashes against the wall.
I'm gonna head that way.
Yeah. And
you may want to be careful. You don't know what is in there.
Well, but he
Yes.
seemed nice enough, and he said we could see the archives.
I mean, what if the children are in there and there are other wolves and, you know?
Right. And I'm gonna step back a little bit so bigger dudes can go first, because
Is there an
out of
open
character,
door over
Kale's
here?
feeling pretty weak right now.
Sorry.
Is there an open door here?
Yeah. As you walk back down the stairs, you can see that nook in the wall there is now opened forward, and into this room. Immediately, as you walk forwards and start to inspect the room, you see two small little heads pop out from the right side of the door, and you hear kind of a sigh of relief from further back. One of the smaller heads, a girl, says, "Hi,
Well,
who are you?
What are you?
What are you?"
What are you?
Like, so the kids immediately start to run, and from the other side, wait, what is it? As a small woman runs forward, kind of dressed in town guard garbs, runs forth to the front of the door, now with a sword pointed towards you, Taldro. She goes, "What are you here for?"
Excuse me. Are you one of the ones who has taken these children from their home?
No. Are you one of the ones coming back to get them? Who are you with?
With...
No, we are not with...
Sent by...
Why do you have an ogre with you? And why does it talk?
This ogre will not leave us alone, no matter how hard I try to make it leave.
Okay, for starters, that is racist, and secondly, hey, what the fuck?
Okay. Woman, tell me, do you know Boris?
Boris Hartfield. Yeah, that's their uncle.
He sent me, Kale here, and this ogre.
Thank goodness.
We have a name, you know.
She after the sigh relief, she looks over at you as you say that. Looks back at you, Taldro. You can tell she's got a worried face on, and she eyes them back. And he sent an ogre, though?
I say, yes. And I assure you, you do not want to make this ogre angry. Accidentally, I have already set that ball in motion. So you had better speak quickly. Tell me why you have these children with you.
You hear
we be angry, what?
You hear one of the kids, as you say, you don't want to make him angry. And they run, like, you hear a couple footsteps a little further in. And she's, my name is Kira Faltwell, and I'm one of the guard of Finbar. We were all kidnapped. What? You're Taldro, you said?
I lean into her and like look at her face, like Curb Your Enthusiasm style, eyes wide, real close, trying to figure out if she is actually a fucking town guard or if she's a goddamn liar.
roll me an insight check.
She's a goddamn liar.
11.
Okay, yeah, I think you can see quite clearly the obviously the guard's uniform. It as you like peer in, you can see the kids as well out of the corner of your eye. I think they're really the tell here. Like she seems shaken up and afraid, but I think what you notice is the kids are hiding behind this smaller, like, gnomish man, and they seem to be looking to her for what to do next. They don't seem in any danger and seem to trust her.
I say, okay, how many of you are in here?
There's 4 of us.
Come with us then. We are going to return you to town.
Really? Finally? Do you know the way out?
Yes.
Thank you.
Kek can smell anything. He can even smell the outside from here.
What is that? Oh, yes.
Kek is this head. The ugly head is Ozug.
Hello, Kek. Ozug, I'm Kira. This is Wortman, and this is Johan and Teresa. And the small boy waves Johan, and Teresa, the small girl, waves.
The ones that put you in there, where are they?
Dead. And she looks over at Wortman, and he kind of has like a grim face as he puts his arm in front of the children and nods back.
Okay, good work. Let's go.
All right.
No, we are not as mean as you may think.
Yes, he is actually quite nice. I was just making sure.
If I didn't give my rubber ducky to the thing in the wall, I would have given it to you to give to the children. You know.
Forgive me. For my apprehension. We've been down here for 2 days now. And this was the only way out. We weren't sure if anyone else would come.
Have
What's
you
in the room?
eaten
How did you
enough
get
food?
past?
I'm handing rations out to them.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
And the water skin.
Good. And she immediately passes them along to the children. How
Is
did you?
Anybody injured?
Wortman a small bit. Teresa's got a couple of scrapes. Nothing we couldn't handle. But she holds out her arms, and you can see like the clear manacle marks. At least so far. Just this.
Okay, you can walk, yes.
Yes. Wortman, and he's. Yes, I'm fine. I should be okay. All right.
You're not hurt. You can walk.
Small cut. That's it.
Right. Let me have a look.
Yeah. And he begins to. He says, "It's okay, children. It's okay. Go grab the books." As they scurry off behind one of the bookcases. The room that you guys are in is it's a small-ish room. I think maybe like a monk's bedroom in a monastery, like that kind of size. But there are like about 5 to 6 shelves that are covering the walls here, and they look just covered in books, dusty and ancient, with small things hanging off them. And it looks like they have like little dwarven decorations off of some of the more important ones. The kids run behind 2 of the bookcases in the middle of the room, and they start to like, you hear a, and then as something sliding, and
Do you need any help?
Wortman says, "Oh, yes, I would love that. Children, bring the books to the big men." And we heard,
Does it look like we can fit in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. They say the ceiling is about 10 feet tall.
Okay.
It's not that short of a space, but it's not very, very wide. So you guys would probably start to take up the whole room.
Is there anything that's particularly that stands out? I guess not particularly like shiny or anything like that. Just something that's maybe bigger than usual, or something that's maybe a little bit more.
You said it was all dwarven on the books, right?
I'd say roll me investigation checks if you guys want to.
Yes.
I'll say Keck, you can just have advantage if Ozag is. It looks like Ozag's trying to help you, so you can have advantage. Roll again.
I'm not even in there, I don't think. As long as like there's no threat, I'll like wait outside because I'm more concerned of things coming up from behind us.
Okay. Yeah. The woman that introduced herself with or as Kira, she kind of stands in the middle of the room with you, nestling her elbow on the dais, kind of inspecting it. With a 11, I'd say there are 2 books in the very back, like the very, very back, the highest up you can go corner. You see 2 books that look. Each of these books have like a small, like decorative, maybe like brass line where the title is placed, or the letters might be written in brass. 2 books that look to be made entirely of brass. Okay. Looks like the entire cover. You just catch like a small glint as the torchlight. It just gleams across. So you can tell from the bindings at the corners that the entire thing is the covers look to be made of brass.
Would Ozok have seen them as well?
Yeah. I think that was me giving advantages to both of you seeing that. Yeah.
Hey, we should try getting those. There are 2. One for me, one for you. I give you food.
Mage hand, and I'll go ahead and just pull one. Like, how heavy are they? Like, I guess would the mage hand be able to, since it's brass? So
what happens, I think, is you send the mage hand over, and it pulls it out, and then immediately, like it's like it just, and it takes the hand. Man, I shouldn't have left that water on the floor. I just kicked it. Damn cat. It just immediately falls down with a loud like as it picks it up. The kids on the other side, you see Teresa pop around the corner. I can grab that.
Thank you.
Wortman goes, oh yes. Grab them all, children. Grab them all if you'd like. Hopefully it won't anger Mythrax, but who knows? And this is while he's pulling up his robe here for you, Kale. He pulls up his robe. He's wearing some undergarments and some regular pants. Don't worry, before the chat makes a joke.
Yeah.
He pulls it all the way up. He's wearing looks to be not like priest robes, but like scholars robes, which kind of match the backpack full of like large scrolls sticking off of him, and seeing all the knickknacks that you can hear jangling in his pockets as he pulls it up. What he described as a little gash is like at least like a forearm length cut down the back, and it kind of starts to go down to his tailbone. It doesn't look too deep, but as he lifts it up kind of to his fullest extent, he's it might be a little bigger than I had anticipated.
Oh,
but
that's quite large.
small nick from escaping.
And if on investigation, how old is this wound, and is there anything off about it?
Yeah, we can use a 7. I'd say.
Oh no, I didn't roll that now. I rolled that for the books actually.
Okay, well, you go ahead and make another one then.
Okay.
Actually, it's a. We'll go with this, but next time it'll be a medicine.
Oh, it'd be medicine.
That was
right.
my bad. Yeah, it was my bad. We'll go with this. But I think you can tell it's about maybe like a day old, like still fresh. The blood hasn't quite fully scabbed over, and it's enough of a cut that it's still like a little separated. You can tell that if it's left untreated, it could be severe.
Okay.
But it's not at a point where it is severe yet. There's a little bit of like discolor kind of starting to form on either end of it, either end of the cut. You can see it's starting to creep through the scabs, but it's not like a severe infection.
Sure. Right. Well, if you can walk all right, let's get you
yes.
back to town, and we'll clean this out, and fix you right up.
That should be fine. I'm just glad you came along. And today of all days, we had walked in here and the door had closed, and well, the way out. As he points back to another section on the left wall, you see there's like what used to be a door, but it's been kind of caved in a small bit. And the other way is done for. So thank you.
Certainly, Wortman. Have you seen other children?
No, not from this lot.
Just these two.
Just these two, yes.
We were told there were many taken.
Well, they might have been taken before us, or there were many at some point. I could hear many voices while we were tied up.
Well, at least we found these.
And where is the man responsible for it all? Is he still?
He's dead.
Still?
I just say that. I just drop that like super cold and like.
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
Keck slaps his belly.
Goodness. The tall man, the one with the voice, the commanded them all. They all listened to him? Did that one?
Dead.
Oh.
He was
Thank you.
not a good man.
He talked of the most foul things. Did some
delicious.
He kind of like he immediately like.
I gasp when Keck says that.
We cut him in two. We from his neck down to his waist.
Wortman, did you
Children,
say
don't
you talked of awful things?
listen to that. Yes, perhaps when the children aren't nearby, I can explain it all. Kira and I we've been doing quite a bit of talking. We were prepared to well, we were about to die down here before you all came along, so thank you.
Certainly.
Um,
Let's be on our way, shall we?
Yes. I'd suggest we make sure these books come back in one piece. These are rare and ancient, valuable tomes from years and years ago. Nobody knows the story, and he starts to pick up the pace now. The wonders of Abathun, and like looking around at all the books, and all of it is here. This knowledge at any time, and the spectator had access to it all of this time. Imagine the first steps taken inside of Abathun.
Do we grab the second brass tome, by the way?
Yeah, I was gonna say the kids. Teresa, you see Teresa and Johan. They both pick it up and they give like a as they pick it up and put it into the bag.
No. Over here, hand it.
We are. They're still at the end of the room, and they again resume the. This kind of happens as you and Wortman are talking. They're slowly going by.
Hey, Keck, you may want to do your little magic handy thing on the other one. Still up there.
Just go ahead and mage hand as soon as they're clear and So it won't actually crush them.
So it won't kill the poor girl.
Death by book is definitely not something Keck would be proud of.
That is a Keck thing that would happen though. Yeah, they bring it out real quick. But Wortman says, I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
Well, I was asking if you had a library back in Finbar.
A small one myself. I run the local one that I offer it out to the town. It's just the small the first floor of my house.
Perfect.
I would love to add these books to my collection.
Certainly.
To be incredible.
We will help you.
The knowledge. Thank you again.
I'm stepping in front of him.
Do these books not belong to Mythrax?
The Spectator. Well, he had offered us full access to the library, and he did say full.
Access does not mean take, though. Perhaps we should entreat with Mythrax first.
But these books describe of incredible things. I'm not sure. There's a tome in there that talks of the entire reason, the whole reason why the Valentian War has been started. There's another one of the reason. Did you know that it wasn't a witch falling in love that cursed the old Baron LaFrance? It was he put a stop to it. It wasn't a fair.
I'm sorry.
You know, there are fonts of eternal fountains of life
away from him.
and cures many
Turning
disease
to
out
Kale.
there and
Kale, please. I do not
Fountain?
like talking of books.
What fountains?
Wortman, calm down.
This is theft.
If Mythrax didn't say you could take the books, you shouldn't take them.
Can I stride over and bang on the door where Mythrax is?
Yeah.
Hold on.
He gets the idea immediately of what you're doing as you start to walk. He's like, maybe that wouldn't be a wise idea as you start to walk up the steps and.
Why not?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Oh wait, are you talking? Are you
if
trying
he's
to talk
stopping me, then I'll just.
Why not? He's the same job as me. I was a guardian for a long time, standing by doors. Many pass the time with books. I would not want to be taking books from Mythrax that belong to him. We can just ask. Perhaps he will let us know. Clear up the whether it's okay to take them or whether it is theft. We do not want that thing to get angry. It has a lot of eyes and teeth.
Of course, and I think knocking on the door might make it angry. What if we just left without the books and he wouldn't know? We wouldn't even have to ask, right? Better to ask for forgiveness than for permission, as they say.
I do not think that is true. I have never heard this saying before.
It's an old gnomish saying.
I have met only a few gnomes.
Can we agree to leave the books then?
I'd very much like more time to study them. Then I could.
We can leave you with rations and water, but
Very well. Knock on the door. Ask. You kind of like you see him like put on a false like brave face. Like, very well.
I don't trust him now. Now I'm convinced he's a thief, so I'm just going to tell Mom.
Yeah.
And like gauntleted hand.
Dong 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 dong.
Dun, dun, dun.
What do you say, or you just wait for a response?
I wait for a response because I'm waiting for the door. I just think this is a dude's front door to his house. I haven't been outside of the forest really forever. Like, I just think this.
Yeah.
The other house was weird. This is a weird house too.
Yeah.
That dude just lives here.
Okay. I love it. Okay. Yeah. So. I think you there's a small like slit. Then you hear immediately in your mind again, mortal, what do you need with Mythrax the god? Devourer of worlds, eater of people that bother him.
Me too.
Yes, I understand. Mythrax, I am a temple guardian myself. I have spent many hours looking and talking to people through a little slit in door too. He's very annoying, I understand. My apologies for disturbing you at this time. I have only a few questions, if you would entertain me so.
I will answer you, mortal, only if you pronounce my name correctly. One more false pronunciation, and I will devour you.
Taldro, repeat after me. Mythrax. Mythrax. Mythrax.
Beetlejuice?
Would Kale have been able to hear?
Mythrax.
Just Zelda?
I don't think.
Oh no, I can't hear this.
I was speaking into my mind.
Yeah, he's just
Oh.
talking.
Alright, well
Oh, crap.
I've rolled for whether I can pronounce this correctly
Okay.
or not.
He says afterwards. He goes, "It's Mythrax."
Mythrax.
I say,
My sincerest.
am I speaking in my mind though?
It's you're speaking. I mean, you can be speaking out loud because you don't really know.
I feel like I would
how
be
telepathy-
speaking out
Yeah,
loud.
But he's still answering you in your mind. Yeah. Man,
Do I
it's
know I
confusing,
can
Doc.
speak back in my mind?
Like, you can roll an intelligence check and decide this DC if you want. That's all on you. It's a natural one. I don't
Natural
think
one.
so.
I say,
Maybe not.
My sincerest apologies. I have enlarged teeth. My tongue is unsizable for my mouth. People do not understand. I am half orc, but the other half make me strange in size. My shoulders are too broad. I cannot use small swords. My legs are too thick. Strangely, it means I cannot run too fast. It means when I pronounce certain words and the way that I speak is very strange, even for the people at the temple. They are understanding me very little. I try to say Mythrax is just how my mouth speak it.
Mythrax will forgive this transgression if you ask one question
Oh,
instead of multiple.
I had very many questions.
Mythrax is only tasked with guarding this door to the ancient and beautiful city of Abathun until his wise owner comes back. Please, ask your question, mortal.
God damn it. I wish I could hear this. I hate it.
I have so many questions.
but I'm bound to ask the one that fucking matters. I say,
The books in the archive. This one wishes to take them back to his home to study, but I think that is perhaps theft. Are they your books? Can he take the books with him or not?
You hear while you're explaining that, you hear like Wortman. I'm actually just trying to. Would like to repurpose them. No more than take for maybe weeks and could be months. And we could work out alone. And then Mythrax fills I think everyone's minds there. And Mythrax does not care about books and baubles, only about friendship. Please leave Mythrax alone.
Okay.
Oh, also your friendship. You have Rubber Ducky. He is good friend.
there's a moment of silence, and then, this is true. Mythrax has gifted you access to the archives and access of your lives for the gift of your friendship.
Please take care of Rubber Ducky.
Please take care of yourself, my friend.
All right, I think we can go. He seems like a pretty good dad.
Yes, I like him very much. I understand exactly why he has the disposition that he does. Come then, I had many questions, but I suppose we can make sure that we get these children back safe.
Maybe you could make another offering to get another question.
I
Just-
do not have any stuff.
Ortman's fucking crying. He's sobbing his eyes out. Like he's bawling at his eyes out. Just so you know.
You
He's
can
quite,
take
like,
the books.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pat his shoulder. It's quite
It's incredible. There are so many things to learn.
and we'll get them.
And I'm going to learn all of them.
Right.
Oh.
Just gather
Oh.
yourself.
Oh.
We'll be going. No.
Where's the guard?
Kira, she's still standing kind of in the middle. She's kind of like laughing. There's a small, fake crying there. Made me lightheaded. Kira, she's still leaning kind of to her elbow. It's like a cool, like almost coolly. It's just, but you can tell there's like a maybe a sense of just relief, just kind of relieving herself on the dais.
Also, go lean down to her. Is he like this a lot?
I've only known him for 2 days, more like a day. But when he first started reading in there, while the children were sobbing hysterically that they would never make it out alive, he was sobbing hysterically that he discovered beautiful and wonderful things. He wouldn't stop talking about all of them as he read them off. Like she brings her hands up now.
Do you would you
constant.
say a gag would help with the journey home for the time being?
No, it was wonderful knowledge. It was just nonstop. I feel like I learned about the entire history of the world and every secret location to ancient rituals and sites that were used by
I know
witches.
you are a guard, but I repeat, think a gag would help us for this journey home.
She like trying to.
Just until we get home.
No, it wouldn't be nice. It wouldn't be nice, and the children, they wouldn't understand. They're only 8 and 9. They wouldn't understand. There's no way. But if he goes on about that font of life or the curse of the witch's coven one more time, I will alcohol. I will drink alcohol. Do you have alcohol?
Oh, we know a place. If you're willing to pay, they're like a 20-foot tall keg.
Wow, that sounds absolutely ridiculous. How much is that? I would love that, but there's no way I could drink 20 feet of a keg. You're an
I
ogre.
will. Me
You could do
and
that.
Kek will join in with you, and we will partake as a celebratory thing. Yes.
How much does that
Excuse
even
me,
cost?
I do
I'm
not
just a
wish
bar.
to intervene here, but we really should get going. You can talk about the price of keg later. What if they are coming back?
Yes, of course, you're right.
Also, I should warn you, there are traps. You must watch your feet, watch above you, watch around. Do not trip wire, or rocks will fall on head and kill. And then I turn to the guy, and I go, Warthog! And I look at Kale, nod.
Watchman.
Yes, you must be a little more quiet than you have been so far. In case there is, we have seen many men coming back and forth. We do not wish to incite a fight in here. If we can help it, it will be very dangerous for the children. You understand? So we should keep our eyes, our mouth closed, our ears open. Yes.
Yes, right. Looks back. Children, did you understand that? And Teresa goes, yes, Wordman, of course. You just need to stop crying. Come on, buckle up.
I slap Ozag and Kek on the arse cheeks. Perhaps you should lead the way, yes?
I was going to say maybe we should carry the books, because the children will probably trip over one of the wires with that.
Perhaps you should carry the children, and I will lead the way.
Their eyes like.
Taldra, what will be the equivalent of a piggyback? Or
Ogre,
something with 2 heads.
ogre pits.
There's Johan. He goes, can I ride on your heads?
Ogre heads.
What is that sound?
I was whoa.
Whoa.
That was like literal crickets.
Yeah, that.
Okay, that sound is gone. Okay.
I think that was Brad's mic.
It might have been my mic. I elbowed it.
Bradley.
Mine does the same. But he goes, can I run on your necks?
You can hold on to our back.
Yeah, you hear that, Teresa? And she's like, Johan, are you? Can we?
As we
Sure.
carry the others, yes.
I just grab one by the back of their clothes and just
Yeah.
kind of like strap them like right back on.
It's
the back of my neck.
Teresa. She's like, ah! It's her being the more hesitant one. She goes up and like you can feel like her legs kind of go around your neck. Maybe you've had it's a familiar feeling. Maybe there's like a gnome that's like tried to choke you out at some point in your life.
I've had a
But
number
she
of
goes
ones.
around, doesn't pull hard, but her hands, they rest on your ponytail. She holds onto your ponytail for balance. And she, oh wow, kind of like has to duck her head like a small bit, but wow, this is so cool. And
I just start turning like
Yeah.
rapidly.
you kind of you hear Kira like watch out as you're turning, you like bounce her head against the fucking ceiling a couple times, and she's like ow, okay, and like puts her head down a little close. Do you pull up Johan?
I will give you the option. Do you want to go around or on the arm?
Around. I want to go around.
All right. Okay.
I look to the guard.
We have ale when we get back.
Throw him up.
All right. Yeah, so
Right, let's go then.
throw them up. Start to carry on. I think that's a good place for us to take a break as you guys begin to exit the room here, this large cavern. Kira does through this whole time she's been kind of starting to fiddle with the necklace. Finally, like as you say, we avail. But I see her kind of put her hand down on and
I was
turn.
about to say for the pedestal, looking at it, is it still locked in place and everything like that?
It looks like it's still on it. You've seen the small rod antenna that had come out. It is like gone down. So now it's just this flat necklace. If you get to it first, then you can walk up and
as I see her walking over towards it, I mage hand immediately, and I'm just she goes to reach for it, and your hand kind of goes over it, and then you kind of hear the of some of the mechanisms unclicking as it pulls out. Doesn't seem like anything in the room changes as it pulls out, but you do hear some of the parts of the necklace mechanism start to fold in on themselves until it like folds back. As the mage hand is bringing you back, there's a scene of it like folding back into place, and as the mage hand puts it back around your neck, it sits resting as a regular necklace. No.
And we'll go to a break. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in 3 to 5 really quick. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you everyone for watching the show today. Don't forget to wish Wax Steven a happy birthday, and don't forget to check out our YouTube, follow our Twitch channel. You okay? And the Patreon. You a little sour lemon there?
Yep.
We'll be back at 3 to 5. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Peace.
Hello everyone,
Cheerio.
welcome back to the show. It's me, Brotatoe, and the rest of the cast, including Brotatoe, who runs the show. Hello, Brotatoe, who runs the show.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for your patience on the break. Thanks for wishing Wax Steven a happy birthday. If you haven't already done it, make sure to go do it. Before you all leave this room, is there anything you guys want to do as you prepare to set up and pick up camp and head out rescuing these two nieces, the niece and nephew of Boris Hartfield and Wortman and Kira?
I think Ozug is probably just gonna grab the. Is the books in like a satchel bag thing they have?
Yeah, it's like a brown like rucksack.
He'll go ahead and just like grab that and.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's heavy for you. I'd say like it as you pick it up, you can definitely feel. It's like when the garbage bag is too full, like the fabric extends just a little bit. It's definitely too many books in here, but you still get it like I think a foot off the ground to carry it. Keck, you have your amulet. Is there anything else you want to do?
In the back of his mind, it's kind of eating at him that he's at the gate of Abathun and he knows what was asked of him. He's just constantly doing this with his hand, just almost as a reminder, but almost as if he's not done here yet.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as you look around, there you see the four statues, the writings covering the wall. Maybe give me a perception or investigation check, whichever one you want to do.
Definitely perception.
Okay. I think there's nothing here in mind like that you can see that you know immediately what to do with. The only thing would have been the necklace. Is there anything that you're doing to try and call out, or are you just trying to remind yourself that you have something to do?
He's reminding, but at the same time, he's thinking like he's waiting for some sort of tug or something like that with his arm. Like he's waiting for it. Like he's not done here. I don't know if that's going to upset, his patron, or if that's just going to be, if it's going to be something he's going to have to come back to. He's got plenty of knowledge now that he will wait for someone else to decipher. But he's just more waiting. Okay.
Anybody else?
No, I'm ready to go, and I think I'm leading the way, so I'm probably just going to start striding out.
Yeah. Okay. You all start to head out. Keck, there's a moment where, like, as you cross over the threshold, nothing happens. You don't feel any tug. You don't feel any force pulling you in any which direction. There's nothing calling you back as you step away. you guys make your way out of the room. Does that bother you at all, Keck, or are you just going along with it?
I think he's just more of like, did we come for what we, is this what we came for? And like, he's looking at the sack every once in a while. He doesn't know yet, but he's doesn't know how to take it anyway. He's usually just been pulled along the entire time. So, okay.
Yeah, in that case, then I think you all start to wind your way back up the pathways. Kira maybe quizzing every once in a while about some of the ways that you had taken, and asking about the town, asking about Magnus's death, and even though the kids are a little bit in the back of the marching order here, she tries to keep it out of earshot of them. I think we follow you guys for about I think it takes about, I'd say with all of them, an hour and a half before you get to, I think, the cave-in area where you guys had first seen the well. As you pass through all these twisting and winding tunnels, coming back to that same dead end where you had found the ring, Keck. Going back a little bit more, carefully pointing out some of the traps that you had crossed over, like that canister in the wall. You make it back to the entrance of the well. There you all stand, kind of looking at the slope going up. And what do you guys want to do? Want to just continue back to town?
Immediately starts thinking about where he thought about where the ring went.
Yeah. Okay. So are you rushing up above the well then, and you're going out? Yeah.
Okay. Excited.
Yeah. So coming out, give me an investigation check real quick.
God damn it.
I'm watching him completely confused because I've forgotten for sure.
Yeah.
It's a shiny that he never forgot.
Oh, I think Keck really wants that food I offered him.
Kek, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Be careful of the children.
They're on their heads, right?
Yeah.
They still have them.
Yeah.
They still have their heads, yes.
Yeah.
Right, they have the children are hanging around their fucking head or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just watching him, like, because I assume he keeps leaning down and shit. I'm just like...
Yeah, they're still holding on, like Teresa, she just kind of grabs onto your ponytail every time you bend over. And Johan just seems to be enjoying it. He's not falling off or anything. There's a couple of moments throughout the cave tunnels, the cave tunnels, where they have to like lean down or something. But for the most part, you guys are back on the outskirts of Finbar here. You find yourselves kind of exiting. That is the exact same music. Oops, there we go. You find yourselves exiting. What time did you guys head out? Was it early in the morning?
I think it was.
No, it was like midday, right? I thought, because we woke up and
it might have been.
Fucked around in town and then we went.
Yeah, so I'd say, is that music too loud, by the way?
Never.
Okay. Sounds too loud on my end.
We can control it ourselves.
Oh yeah, that works too. So yeah. I think you come out to. It's probably been like. So it's probably like 4 or 5 p.m. if you guys left around midday. Sun isn't starting to set just yet, but oh wait, actually it's fall, so yeah, it is. Sun's starting to set, and it doesn't, like, immediately as you come out, it doesn't look like there's anyone waiting to ambush you here at their just north of their old campsite. You're looking around for the ring, Kak. I think I'll give you advantage on that, not because you failed, but now that I think of it, you knew where the ring was. So go ahead and give me another investigation check.
Sure.
I think it's easy enough to find. Yeah, it's easy enough to find after you, like, maybe there's a moment where you're looking around the well and then you remember, like, oh, it's actually on the other side. As you look over there, you see a small glint of silver in this dirt. You bend down, pick it back up. It looks like the same ring. And I think everyone kind of gets the idea of what they're doing now, as you're all standing around and they're just like searching around. See Keck just kind of controlling everything and moving and frantically searching back and forth.
Though he just
yeah
went.
Yeah,
and now he has it back.
Yeah, I mean, like,
scoops it up out of the dirt. You can see the shining ring as he's inspecting it in the dirt, and holds it in his hand again. I feel like at this point, you guys, if you're looking, you would realize that's the same ring.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, can we go now, please? I'm never arguing with these two over loot again. If he removes his hand at some point, then that's his fault.
All right.
Fine.
You get your ring back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys continue heading to town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
now I'm playing follow the leader.
I'm like rubbing my hands by the time we get to the outskirts. Like, I'm going to build a nice house. I'm going to plant flowers in honor of the flowers that I gave to the spectator. I think I'm going to learn to cook as well. I'm not very good at cooking.
That will be nice, Taldro.
How do you think we make a pond? I would like a pond.
Oh, well, I'm sure we can work that out.
Yes, I would like it together. Obviously, a waterfall would be better, but I do not think this is possible. A pond will do.
Maybe it is.
You think that we can make a waterfall in this small plot of land?
Maybe, with some magic.
Yes, of course. Well, perhaps you can have a go at that. Or we can ask the druids. Do you remember those druids that we met when we first left?
They would know for certain.
They could speak all sorts of things. They could speak to the plants and the beasts of the forest.
I imagine they could conjure a waterfall in their sleep.
Yes. Perhaps we will find a druid to make me a waterfall, yes?
I like that idea.
First, I have to build that wall. It was destroyed. I'm like, literally, that is all I'm mumbling about all the way back to town.
Yeah,
I think for part of the walk back, I would have tried to bend Wortman's ear about when we first saw him, he said something about like diseases or something that he had read about in the books. So I'd be trying to pick his brain a little bit about what he found. So you'd probably hear snippets of like, did you see much about healing or mysterious diseases?
He would probably immediately like launch into it. Yeah, he'd well, yeah, there's okay. So there's one tome. Well, it's technically 5 tomes separated into one tome separated into 5 tomes, and well, that explains this explains about a disease that used to afflict people back before the first curse. And there's a font or a something that they would make a pilgrimage to up the mountains over on Thrall Peaks. In the northwestern area, there was a font that people would do pilgrimages to. Some of the books spoke of a land that the dwarves had actually come and settled from, where they had a terrible king that was struck with vampirism, and that ravaged across the land. So there was some speaks of cures in there. What specifically were you looking about before?
You see, I'm ill. And I always have been, and we can't find a cure. We've tried ever so many things, and I remain weak and unable to get stronger.
Well, we can certainly look. I can look for you if you'd like. If they reference anything, did your disease come from Abathun? Is that why you're searching for clues down in Abathun? Are you? And he stops for a moment, like on the road, and gives you a look. Kind of hurries up if you continue walking. He hurries up.
I don't know the origin. You see, I was orphaned, and I was.
I'm sorry.
In the Crystal River, right along the forest. And as I said, I've always been sick.
That's. Well, I mean, there are some. There's an entry about the Fadewood. That's the forest you speak of, right?
It is.
There's an entry about that. It's in there. I can take a look.
Would you?
Of course. You can look with me as well if you'd like at my library.
I would like that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. If you wouldn't mind, I can ask you some questions about your disease so I can take notes about it.
Absolutely.
Lovely. When did this first start?
Oh, well, I don't know. I assume at birth.
Right. And he immediately like pulls out a small leather-bound notebook and flips through a bunch of pages. Starts to pull out like a small quill. And you see there's a little ink dropper he's got on his belt. He just like pops open and dips it in real quick, and then starts to like frantically write. All the notes that he scurried past were just pages were covered in almost ineligible text. And he starts to write down exactly what you're saying. So from a young age, so you've always known it then,
Right.
right? And how does it manifest? How does it afflict you? Frailty, it looks like.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't walk or anything for
Mhm.
very long. And no matter how much I eat, I can't gain any muscle or strength from it.
Mm.
It's as if I just hang on. I just survive. But I can't thrive and
Lethargy.
grow.
Mhm.
And I get to where I have to sit for long periods, and so I meditate. But I'd rather not be so weak, and the headaches sometimes they're so
Headaches.
intense
Headaches, of
that
course.
I don't even feel like I'm here.
Mhm.
I think
Oh,
it's like being somewhere else. Do you know the feeling?
of course, yes. Like when you hit your head too hard.
Like
And-
that.
Yeah. Okay. Writes down disassociation, and lethargy. You described you're lethargic. You have no energy, right?
Very
Do you
much
find
so.
that when you're out in the sun, you is there any? Do you feel more energy, like a plant almost?
I've never noticed, to be honest. I could ask Teldra if he's noticed. If I
Yes.
seem more energetic in the sun. We're not often in it. I do like the woods.
That would be something because it could be curious. I mean, it sounds like a lot of symptoms of. Well, you described something. One of them reminded me of a plant that you just sit around and you have no energy and almost like you're wilting.
I am wilting.
Wow.
Could say that.
That's very poetic. Technically, we're all wilting, aren't we? We just need to find a
Perhaps.
way in these books. As he points over at the sack that Ozug is carrying. We need to find a way in these books how to make you wilt less, slower, is all.
That would be nice.
Ozug have heard that?
Yeah, I feel like you guys can all hear this conversation. You're traveling in a pretty tight knit group, I'd assume.
Is there a way for you to make him bloom?
And I point to Kek.
What? I'm not sure. I don't think if you were a plant, then maybe. But we're talking about a disease, something that your friend is afflicted with. There could be no cure.
He tends to bloom a lot when he eats a lot of things.
Bloom like a flower, yes?
Or blossom.
Yeah.
You know, I heard of a man with the name Blossom before, but we won't go into that.
Let me see. Not. He could blossom. Yes. Into a beautiful flower, like the one around his ear.
Wait, you have
still
one
got that.
here? What?
You still got that flower that you
thought
put
I
over-
ate it, but I could
you
still
eat it?
have. I don't remember.
I don't remember you eating it.
Chat will know. Chat, did he eat
Chat,
it?
did I eat it?
No.
I don't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did. Now,
Can't remember. It's not important. It's not important.
It
How
is
long have we
important,
been-
though?
Walking. It's like a
You guys-
2 hour.
you guys, yeah, I'd say a little bit of a slower pace. It's about 2 hours in. Yeah,
Okay, because
Yeah.
Kale's gonna have to
I think I said it was an
park
hour
it soon.
last time. yeah. I think I said it was an hour last time. So yeah, about 2 hour
Okay.
walk. And you guys have probably reached the city at this point. Wortman looks back at you and says, we'll find a way. I assure you. And
Can you tell me where your library is?
we're actually coming up to it right now as you guys start to travel down this road here. He points out one of these houses on the right, and he says, mine's over here. You should see the sign. It says Wortman's.
Excellent.
And
Thank you so much.
thank you again. And he stops for a moment to address everyone and says, Teresa, Johan, you both were very brave, and I'm very proud of you. And thank you so much. I'm glad that we got out. Thank you so much for the help. You two run back to your uncle when you can and tell him that that Wortman says hello, and tell him of these fantastic adventurers that saved you. And, Johan and Teresa give him a quick hug, and Teresa says, "Thank you so much for saving us, Wortman. Thank you for stopping that man." And he says, "No worries, not a problem at all. I'm glad we made it out of there, and glad we made it out of the library." With he starts to lose control from himself.
Oh no!
With,
Oh my god.
oh, children, you wouldn't understand, but thank you so much, adventurers. Thank you. Kind of starts to collect himself, and I will see you again, hopefully, Kale, and adventurers. And give us a small bow. Wortman Wendeldorf, thank you, and walks away.
Good evening.
He didn't take the books.
Oh, you're right, the books. he starts to run back, and he's you can just drop them. I'll carry them.
Wait, hold on. I open it up and I find the two with the metal.
Reach inside. There's a clank. It's one of your gauntlets hits it immediately, and you pull out one, pass it over to Kek. His eyes kind of like all the wind had been knocked out of him as he sees you pull the book out, and he's you'll give those back, right?
Yes. We just wish to read.
Wonderful.
We will find you, and we will give these to you.
Wortman, I'll make sure those make it to the library. That's where they belong.
Thank you. You're too kind.
Keck looks at it and just is looking at the title. What does the title say?
The title is. Give me one sec. It's Nefarious Deeds Done in the Dark, parts 1 and 2.
Beautiful. That stays in his hand. That is.
It is written in Dwarvish, and they're inscribed onto the cover. They look very, very intricate. He regards you again for a moment. Thank you again. And then goes to pull. There's as he's dragging it down the road. And Teresa and Johanna, can we run to our uncle now? Can we go to our uncle's house? Or do we have to stay with all of you?
We'd better take you there. We don't know if it's safe.
I'm afraid
He
we
may
do not
still
know
be
where he
there,
lives.
but at the same time, it is not his house.
Where does he live now? Where could he possibly be?
Okay.
What do you mean live now? We know where his place is. Follow us. And they start to skip forward.
Little ones. So as payment for us to return you back to him, Taljor will explain.
It's very
The kids
simple.
look at Taljor.
I don't
Even
understand.
Kira's like, what do they mean?
Is he paid for our service with the house. It's very simple trade. Ozag is not
So-
very clever.
So you own the house now,
Yes.
says Kira.
Well, technically, I
Let's-
still need to deliver the children to Boris to complete the bargain.
You're taking his house in exchange for rescuing his children? Or
That is correct.
nieces and nephews?
Ozog has his hand in the air like,
This is not anything to do with us.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you're
was
making it.
hanging her head.
You're making it sound worse than it was. Yeah, I mean, it is payment, is it not?
She kind of looks over at the kids. They look like really confused. They are like
Does
like
he,
just eyes
not,
open. And she
own another house?
Knight in shining armor just stole the fucking house.
I don't think so. He's a farmer. We'll work it out. She looks at the kids. I'll come with you. I'll accompany you.
Yes,
She's
of
like
course.
she kind of like starts to look at your group now like should I
Yes, come along.
Cast a
And then
glance,
afterwards
like-
we can go to the tavern. Do you know Igor?
Yes, of course. Everyone knows Igor. Yes.
Well, we'd better
He has
take
massive
them
keg.
to the farm.
Right. Let's go to Boris's farm and deliver the news and the children.
I lean in to Kale as we're walking back or towards the farm.
What was that all about? Should we ask for more? When I went to see the blacksmith, he said something about multiple silvers in exchange for silver on a blade. I offer him 1 silver for 1 silver. I think I do not understand the custom of trade and bargain here. Of course, we never had to pay for things. It was all dealt with by the temple. I don't understand very well. The few times we have been in a town, I leave it to you.
I think the amulet he offered was not quite enough, but it was what he had, and I think his home is too much, Teldro. I don't think we can take that from him. Because then where would he and his niece and nephew live?
I just assume that he has multiple homes.
I don't think so. I think he's a poor farmer.
Why would he offer his home?
I don't think he quite offered it. I think he was a desperate man.
A foolish man.
And maybe a bit foolish. Perhaps that's true. But I think we ought to let him have his home.
If you say so. Perhaps I will do this as an act of kindness, yes?
I think that would be a great act of kindness.
Well, death will look lightly upon me this way, perhaps.
I think so. And about the silver, you see, there's work that goes into putting silver on a sword, and you have to pay someone to do that work so that they can eat. So, in a way, the 2 silvers are not equal, because one of the portions of silver is invisible.
Yeah, but that does not make sense either. You just go and catch a rabbit, cook it, eat it. You do not need a silver for this, no?
Well, if you've a family, then a rabbit is not going to feed them, and you can't always find a rabbit.
Yes, well, we did not do much hunting, but it seems too overcomplicated. Silver for blade, silver for rabbit, house for child is very confusing. I don't understand these ways. It's very simple for us. I guard door, they give me food. It used to be so simple, Gale. I don't understand this.
It's still simple, Teldro. Look, I'll explain it over dinner.
I want to go back to the temple.
It's all right. We don't need to go back. It's
I
there, and it will be there for us.
Would Ozug have heard them talking about the house and everything?
Yeah, I figured this happened right in front
I
of
was
you guys.
being relatively quiet because I didn't want the woman to
Oh,
hear.
you leaned in. Yeah, okay.
The
So
woman,
I don't
roll
know
a
if Ozug
perception
heard,
check.
but I was trying not to look too dumb.
I feel like you guys are kind of clustered together, and like the 2 children, they had skipped ahead of you, so they're like 5-ish and maybe 7-ish feet in front of you, and the Kira's kind of gone forwards as well, and is now like looking back at you. So, yeah, I'd say you heard that.
Hey, Teldro. You could always rent them the house.
Rent. This is when you take a blade and cut something in 2, yes? You rent it in 2.
Oh, not that.
Say, no. Say, for example, I give you my axe. You get to use my axe for 1 day. But at the end of the day, you have to give it back. That is borrowing. However, if you were to take my axe for, say, a week and paid me a little bit of gold, you could have it for a week, but then give it back.
I don't understand your strange ways.
Okay. You would own the house, but the man and his children, they would live in there, and every month they would pay you gold.
So I have to travel from Temple in North all the way down here every week, take the gold that I do not need, and go all the way back to the temple.
No. They can send it via pigeon.
Interesting concept. It sounds too confusing for me. Kale said that Eldeth will look faithfully upon me if I give them this
Who is
house
Eldeth?
back. Eldeth is the goddess of the singing waters.
Well, if she will look kindly on you, then you give them like a super low rent. It's kind of like a game. The higher the rent, the more pissed off they are at you. The lower the rent, the more they love you.
I don't understand this rent. Kale, do you think I should ask them to pay rent?
I think that would be rather uncharitable. I think for a farmer to not own the land he works is, well, it's not quite right.
I understand. Ozag, thank you for your counsel. Kale, thank you for your counsel. I will give them the house as gift from Eldeth, but under the condition that they must make a pond, and if they can manage it, a waterfall.
Kira?
Ezekiel, like, trying not to laugh because she thinks this is great. But she doesn't want to insult Taldro, but she can't help
I
it.
hold my head up and
Kira-
stride forward.
There's like, right, that's, as you walk by, rather charitable of Eldeth. Yes.
Let us find Boris.
Come, kids. Let's go. You travel to the courtyard real quick. Kira suggests that maybe Boris might be out shopping, and you might be able to catch him before he goes home. Give me a perception check real quick.
Who's rolling?
Just anybody that wants to.
Sure.
Oof! Finally, I got myself a high perception.
Damn.
I think I failed every
Okay.
perception check. This whole
I think a
thing.
quick scan of everybody leaving the shop's courtyard. You don't see Boris, but you, Taldro, you do see the woman that you had. I can't remember what I had introduced her as. Give me a sec. Was it Miriam? I think I always use Miriam.
I did not write a name down for the woman. I just wrote woman. We'll call her Miriam. Miriam.
Yeah, actually, Miriam. Yeah. You see Miriam. She kind of like blushes as you make eye contact in the crowd, and she like, and then continues walking. But there's no Boris. Kira, we at his house then? Your house or his?
It's his.
Yes.
Let's go there.
Right. Quickly walking over. It takes about 15-20 minutes to get to the outskirts of town here to get to one of his place. Walking up that familiar road yet again that you had found yourselves on. I think the kids immediately as they set on the road, they start to Uncle Boris, and they start to run forwards. You can see as you get a little closer, the left-hand side. I still have his house. It's still destroyed, but you can see the left-hand side. Oh man, with your old tokens and everything. Never mind, I won't throw it up. It's all still destroyed. It'll take too long. It's being repaired a slight bit. It's like there's a sheet of wood or a couple sheets of wood that have been put up to at least form a wall. The roof still has a huge hole in it from the side there. But the kids run up, screaming for their uncle. See, he opens the door and there's a moment where they run up about 10 feet in front of you, and they kind of collide with him. And there's kind of an unspoken moment where he's hugging them and holding them as you walk forwards. The two kids, he's got them both in his arms, and he looks up at you, tears in his eyes. Says, thank you so much, adventurers. Thank you, and town guard, Kira. I think it was. And Kira says, "Hello, Boris. Yes, we've met at the market a couple times." And says, "Thank you. Were you involved in this as well?" And just no, was the adventurers. They rescued me as well. They're here about the house as well. And Boris kind of like stands up, with the kids, his hands on both of their shoulders, and right, noble half orc, Taldro. You said it was Boris.
I stride forward. I allow the sun to glint off of my armor.
You allow the sun.
At this setting.
I stand up and say,
The house, you may keep it. You do not have to pay me rent. I give it to you as gift. How many bricks do you need to build wall and fix roof?
Should be, well, I'm not sure. I'm talking to the contractor currently, one of the locals in town. I can send you over to him if you'd like to help. But he said roughly 2 weeks and about 120 gold's worth of work for the year, and that would set him up.
I lean into Kale. Do we have 120 gold to give this man?
That would be rather generous, Taldro. And let me look.
So I'm looking at our gold stores.
We do, but then we would be quite without funds.
We do not need them.
We don't.
Hmm.
You want to give him all the money? That is rather generous, but I think we might need some of it.
I have a small amount myself that I have been keeping in case of an emergency.
Boris?
Yes.
How long would it take you to come up with the money?
It looks down at the 120 gold. I dug into our savings a small bit. I covered about 35 of it. The rest, the remainder, 85. So 2 years, probably with a good harvest. I'm not sure. 2 years with a good harvest, probably.
Goodness me. And no help from the town?
The town's, the mayor's been very kind in helping where he can, but unfortunately, there were other families that needed my support his support first. And
certainly,
it's cities and homes closer to the core of our town.
Well, with winter coming, we can't allow you to. Well, it would be cold. So.
Thank you.
I'm gonna reach in and I'm gonna drop 60 gold on him. I'm gonna reckon the kindness of others will help him get the rest of the way.
Thank you. What was your name again? Brave adventurer. Thank you.
This is Taldro, and I'm Kale, and that's Ozog and Kek.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's now eating the flower. He's now eating the flower. Just
yeah. Okay. He looks across all of you and kind of tears welling in his eyes again. Adventurers, I don't know what to say.
Do you need a hug?
Yes, that would be lovely, actually.
But don't we give great hugs? Okay, come on.
Of course. He kind of like gingerly approaches you, just kind of hesitates for a moment, and then finally, like, full relief. His arms don't even get around you. They just kind of go around your belly. You reach kind of like the side, and he starts to sob into your belly and thank you. And he pulls back after a couple moments and goes on his knees at your feet, Taldro, and thank you again. Thank you again. I will praise the name of Eldath for all days to come.
Yes.
We will worship and praise Eldath. Thank you.
One condition: you must make a small pond, perhaps with a waterfall, if you can find a druid to help you, in honor of Eldath, and you must pray at it twice a day.
Twice a day. Do you hear that, children? Twice a day. A small, paltry thing to do. A waterfall. We can do that.
It was the guidance of Eldath that brought us to you, and brought your nephew and your niece back.
Thank you, Eldath. Thank you, children. And he puts his hands up. Thank you, Eldath, children. They're like, thank you, Eldath. Thank you.
I'm walking away.
Thank you, Taldro.
I'm
Thank
walking
you.
away.
Yeah.
Like immediately, like walking away, turning back to Kale.
We do not need the money. I don't understand. If we want a rabbit, we catch a rabbit. I have this.
Got my great hammer on my back.
We will be safe. Ting, ting, ting. I have armor.
Taldro, I did give him a large sum.
What could we possibly need the money for? I do not understand.
Well,
Everybody covets these coins.
rations and things we need to travel.
I have boots. I have legs.
But your boots wear out, Taldro.
I look down, my
Remember
toes
last
sticking
winter?
through one.
My feet are hard.
They are, but they still get cold, Taldro.
Not as cold as those children will get if they do not have a roof, huh? I think I can handle the cold.
They will have it. They are but 20 gold away. Certainly, the workers will do it.
Well then, it sounds like they must work hard this winter,
They must.
They will praise Eldath probably harder than we will. Let us go back and rest. I'm hungry. Are you hungry, Cake? 2 dinners for Cake.
Like spits out like a pedal. Just.
I mean, I'm heading back to the fucking tavern. I don't think we got.
Oh, I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by literally like right behind you, like maybe an inch or two away.
Yeah.
Kira's still following along. Says goodbye to Boris. Just walking along next to you, Ozug. And says, that was very unorthodox method. Did you just give him his house back and then give him money?
That was not us. That was them.
Yes, but we couldn't let the children be cold.
I do not understand the purpose of money.
I
And
respect
Kira,
it.
If you will, spread the word that he needs a little more help.
I will, of course. I was planning on finding a healer after, if Wortman didn't, and I was going to enjoy a drink or two, and then tomorrow we'll set out to living a normal life, hopefully.
So you join us for a drink?
Well, if you'll have me, I would love to. I'd love to learn more about you. You 4? Is it 3 or 4? Are you two looking at Ozug and Kek? Are you two?
We are one,
Technically-
but 2 might.
Trying to say.
You're 2 people, right?
Actually,
2 brains, 1 body. 1 penis, 1 butt.
She like closes her eyes at that, and then eyes open, like, wow, yeah. I mean, I've never been saved by an ogre before. It's.
Everything he eats goes out the same place.
Yeah, I think this conversation carries on for a little bit until you get to Igor's.
It's just more fun facts about ogres.
Yeah. Opening the door and.
He eats something spicy, it is not a good day for me.
Yeah, she goes, and you can feel it when it comes out on the other side, like as you're all stumbling into the bar here, and you can feel what he eats.
Kale is dead
Well, I
tired,
mean,
but
if it
suddenly
is like
walking a lot faster.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys
If
open
it
up.
settles in the stomach the wrong way, then yes, I feel it as well.
Disgusting. Here's a table. As you all sit down, she pulls over a bigger chair for Ozug and Kek, pulls over a bench for you guys. And it says, Igor, these 4 on me tonight. He says, yes, of course, my friend. Hello, good to see you.
We saved the younglings.
I see, this is good, this is lovely. I am very happy, my friends. You have done a great thing.
A man that walks in the sky did not get them.
Igor has no idea what that means. And your drinks will be with you, my friends. As you all sit down, as soon as you get comfortable and like pull the chairs up, I think the usual just appears in front of you guys. I think it's been enough times now that the usual just pops up. The 2, except for food, I think it's a little bit of a different menu today. Today's a more like a goulash, like a stew than the roasted pheasant. I think it was last time. This time, just a larger bowl than the others appears in front, like a wash basin bowl instead of just a regular bowl. Your guys' food and drinks come to you. Is there anything you guys want to do, or you just want to drink and then take a long rest?
I think I'll explain a little bit more about trade and coin exchange to Taldro while we're eating.
Yeah, Kira's listening in intently, but also still quizzing you, Ozug and Kak, and just, are there more like the two of you? Are there?
Oh, there is a full tribe of us. Yes.
But with two heads, all of them?
No.
I mean, how many conversations is that a day? That's incredible. I'm looking at Hale and Taldra. And that must be. Have you two seen it?
No.
No, our kin do not have two heads. We are very odd. When born, two heads.
Like something different. You're different then. You're unique.
Unique is one way to put it. But the tribe, they saw it as a blessing, and then but we no longer in tribe.
Well, why, if it was such a blessing? What for?
Kek's hand just immediately goes into a fist.
The stupid orange ogre. There was collusion.
What does that mean?
It was an inside job.
What was an inside job?
They wanted us to get kicked out.
Were you the leader of your clan? Or he just didn't like you?
Very, very solemn look on Ozug's face.
Me. Get the, sorry. Well?
We know it hurts when the people that you care about turn their backs on you.
Yeah, of course.
To have so many do that. Well, we found new home, new friends.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. She like puts her arm on your arms. Oh, no, that's terrible. And they just they didn't do anything. None of your kin. They wanted you in. They all kicked you out. Nobody fought against it.
Well, the one that took power, he said he would build the wall.
And
we have never been back since.
But there must have been something that. She looks at like Kek. What did one of you do? Something. I'm not understanding. Looks over at Taldro and Kale. Is there something I'm missing?
I'm crying. I have a handkerchief up to my eyes.
This is a terrible story. I had no idea, Ozag. I had no idea, Kek.
We do not speak about our home.
Is there anything that we can do to help?
You have done plenty. You are friends.
We can get you reinstated with your tribe. We can. There must be a trial.
We'll take it back. And Kek is biting his fucking lip and he is. You can see him pissed off that you can see veins in his arm for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. Is that the first time they've seen you that angry, or?
I feel like
is it a rare occurrence?
It's rare when it actually gets brought up, but you have a feeling that he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
In that sense. Something was taken from him and he wants it back.
Hey, maybe one day we go back.
If
Make the right of what was wrong. But
if you need my help, I will help in any way I can.
I appreciate that, Taldro, and I'm sure Kek does as well. But Kek, please, can you stop pulsating the arm?
Pulsating the arm?
Yeah.
Like the muscles just like contracting and go.
Kek, you should try counting back from 5.
He gets to 5. He
Yeah.
gets to 5, and
he
that's
actually-
it. Can't count backwards. He can go forwards. He can't count backwards. Just Drax will know.
About types of meat.
Hmm?
There's pheasant
Mm-hmm.
and lamb
Mm-hmm.
and deer
Mm-hmm.
and bear for some and boar.
He's never had
And-
bear. Oh, Zog. We need to find a bear.
Why do we need to find a bear? What?
He would like
When
to
you get
try
to
and
the-
eat it.
The most
We're not-
disgusting fucking smile.
No.
Bear.
We're not having a pet bear.
Not pet.
Oh,
Kill us this. What have I done?
He grabs the big old wash and then just cups it in one hand
Yeah.
and like finishes it off. He
Yeah.
chugs the hell out of
Starts
it.
to chug. Yeah, I feel like there's a series of fullness that starts to overtake you, Ozag or Ozug. Is it? I feel like it just comes in waves too, because you're just drinking the whole thing. So it's like
as soon as it goes down, each time he swallows, it's just.
Okay. Yeah, Kira is still sitting there for a moment, and but you are some 4 of the most, well, 3 looking, but technically 4 interesting people, things I've ever met in my entire life.
now what about you? What have you done?
Well, what do you mean?
Where did you come from, and what is your life story so far?
Wow, that's I mean, well, I guess since you shared, well, I grew up normally here in Finbar. Mom and Pa were farmers as well, just like Boris. And I think it's been kind of a boring life. I grew up with them. I mean, they worked a lot. I've loved. I've lost. I joined the Guard when I was 25. Here I am 7 years later. It's been a kind of monotonous, same thing every day. The Finbar, nothing really happens. Sometimes things go awry. There's a drunk from here, or just a drunk in general, or maybe there's someone that's new to town and they don't like a price or something. It's pretty much the most we've ever had to deal with is just rowdy people.
Is that what you always wanted to be, a guy?
No, no.
What are your dreams? Your goals, your aspirations?
It's kind of silly. I used to, well, there used to be a circus that would come through every now and again from Cliff Peak, and they would these dwarves, they would give some of the most amazing performances ever, just ever. I remember my mom took me to see one when I was 11, and I remember seeing one of the fire breathers, and she was dancing, and she looked so at peace. It was so strange to me that someone could have something this dangerous spitting out of her mouth. She was just roaring like a dragon, and it would just come out. But she was so relaxed and calm, and I always think of her when I'm calm. I think that's what I would have wanted to be as a kid.
So you're saying you wanted to join the circus?
I guess so.
Never too late to try.
Right, but I mean, now the people here are especially going to need me. Who knows what could happen? Magnus might not have been the first. He didn't sound like the first. Sounded like there were other men working for him. Who knows? They might disperse. They might find a new leader. There might have been someone bigger that Magnus was working for. Wasn't always a smart man. We knew him growing up. I think a guard is what
Sometimes you
this
need
town
to.
needs.
Very noble decision. but do not sacrifice your own dreams. You do not wish to go to the funeral of your dreams.
Yeah. Well, maybe when the circus comes through again, I'll see it. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe
That's
they'll.
spark of inspiration. Keep hold of it.
Yeah, who knows? She takes a swig of her drink and downs the rest of it. Yeah, who knows? I mean, they don't travel through once more than every 10 years, so it'll be another 3 that I'm a guard. Then maybe, who knows after that, right? Maybe they'll take a new one.
Maybe it is a once every 10 years. Well, you know, it works if you say once in a lifetime opportunity, but every 10 years, maybe it's a one every 10 years kind of thing.
I'm not sure I follow.
Like your one shot, your one opportunity.
Oh, your formative moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like in that heat of the moment when your inspiration is at an all-time high. You just go for it. You take it by the horns and you ride off into battle. Well, you do whatever it is you wish to do, but sometimes you ride off into battle.
I think you would have made it very wisely, or Ozug, if the orange ogre didn't take over. So that's a very wise thing to say. Thank you.
Yes, that orange ogre has a small penis, so it is okay. Apparently, it looks like a toad.
I am not sure what that. Maybe is that an ogre thing? That could be an ogre thing. Is it genital size?
Yes, small hands.
If your genitals are large, then I feel like you would have made a great ogre leader.
I was insulting him for being a dum-dum.
Oh,
I don't even think he was an ogre. Hey, Kirk, do you think he's an ogre?
I still think. Is it ogre culture?
He could have been something in disguise.
Genitals?
No, I'm insulting him on this one. Sometimes you compliment your other's genitals.
I am going to bed.
This is probably where it gets a little too weird for me. I should probably go to bed too. She starts to she starts to stand up and thank you again, adventurers. Thank you so much. We probably would have died down there.
Guard to guard. I respect what you do.
But before I go, what did you give to Mythrax? What did you give him?
Flowers.
That would have worked.
What did you give him?
The children, they sang him a song.
Oh.
Yes, it was. We used Wortman's amulet, and it opened it up, and the children. He spoke Mythrax.
Wait, Wortman has an amulet?
Wortman has an amulet as well. Yes. He had gone on about it being some kind of a memento from a fair up in Peakcliff. I had just assumed you'd gone to the same.
Wow.
But he had one. Perhaps he could. I mean, sounds like while on the walk over, he has a lot to talk to you about. And maybe that's just one more thing.
Perhaps so.
Well, thank you again. And she gives like a small bow, like just her shoulders, and then walks out, waves goodbye to Igor, and then quickly, runs over, and you see her like quickly fumble with the purse, with her coin purse for a moment, and then there's a moment where like maybe she asks how much it is, and he actually tells her how much it is, and she and then starts to shovel over maybe a couple more silver than she's used to. And thank you again, and
thank you,
walks out.
Good. She was a nice one. You know, it's odd. Sometimes in cities you make more enemies, but here we are making friends.
Good night.
All right. Good timing. All right. So you head up to bed, Taldro. Or what are the rest of you guys? I assume unless you have anything that you want to do, you want to talk about. What are you guys doing?
And I want to go see Wortman, but I suppose, yeah, I wouldn't want to walk over there alone. So if Taldro's going to bed, that's probably my fate as well.
Okay. Was that Keck? What are you guys up to?
Keck's playing with the little silver ring on his pinky. Just kind of mesmerized by it, but still thinking about, like, I guess, getting everything in order as far as what he needs to do without getting too distracted.
Hey, Keck. Do you ever think of home? You ever want to go back?
Starts grinding his teeth a little bit.
We get stronger. We go back, we teach them lesson. I mean, how was we supposed to know that would happen to the cow? That is fine. We'll think about it. But now, we have bath. And then sleep. Not sleeping bath, though. Too wrinkly.
Be like a stew. Ugh.
Oh. All right. So you guys finish off the night eating up your food. I get kicked out over a cow. For
You're kicked out over a
It was a
fucking
ceremony.
cow.
There's a lot more to it than that.
It was a ceremony that
I thought you
maybe
fucking ate a
something-
cow or something, and it.
It was a sacred. It was a sacred ceremony.
Whatever you
That's
say.
all you gotta know for now.
Whatever you say, pal.
You two retire for the night, catching a bath maybe before you head into the bedroom that you're all sharing. I think. Yeah. So you all start to fall asleep, in this in your beds here. Keck. I think again, another sleepless night.
Fuck.
Another vision. This time different though. This time you're sitting exactly where you were just moments ago, not even hours ago, or not even minutes ago, down with Ozug, talking. But this time Ozug is across from you at the table. And as he's talking, as the words will become stronger, he just fades out for a moment. He just a little blurry, and just strain your eyes. He's gone, and it's just you. As you look around, you're in Igor's bar, but Igor isn't there. No one is there. You hear a click of a doorway up the stairs from where your room is. What do you do?
Get up. And
You can move, yeah.
Kind of just casually walk up, eyes still peering around, wondering where he is. He knows where he is, but wondering, I guess, the state of everything is. He's something's up. He knows something's up. Goes up. He looks up the stairs.
Yeah, I think you can see your door is like slowly as it opens.
Starts walking up.
Yeah, I kind of get the sound of the with each step. There's as you approach your room, you can you can't see Taldro, Kale, or Ozug sleeping in the bed like they are currently. Instead, it's just the room, no furnishings, except for a carpet with the book that you had picked up. The same brass book, Nefarious Deeds Done in the Dark, Part 1. A carpet just with the book placed in front of it.
Takes a deep breath. Walks in.
All right. The door slams behind you.
Walks towards the book. Sits down in front of it. And just opens to the first page.
Okay. The second you open the book and you hear the of the brass, the heavy brass cover hitting the wood floor, immediately as the chains start to out of the book at terrifying speeds, they start to whip around the room. They start to thrash, spinning at the top, and then just kind of doing windmills and tearing apart the entire room that you're in. They break apart pieces until all that's left is just you sitting on this one little piece of wood. Even your foot hanging off into this blackness, this void. And the chains continue to whip. They continue to spin until they stop. And they back into the book. And I think writing starts to appear in Infernal. Can you speak Infernal? Okay, you can now. Write it down as a language. It starts to write across in Infernal. You see these small letters start to transform in shape. And you feel an understanding of them as they start to write across the screen. Or across the book, rather. The contract reads, or the book reads out. This contract will hereby bind the one named to the one that remains unnamed, and will therefore commence on this date, and the date starts to describe itself in. Recorded and ledged in this location in the Igor's room, second wing of the bar, and is presented for one Keck, and continues to fill out page after page. The pages continue to flip. You see it continue to start to scroll. It starts to write faster and faster and faster, and then it stops and then slows down. And fulfillment of this contract will gift, name again, Keck, with extraordinary power, and it lists a couple of other things: the ability to summon, the ability to wrangle, and the ability to achieve. And then it kind of drifts off and stops for a moment. What they want. ... And then on the next page, really quickly over on the right, the one that shall remain unnamed agrees to help, support, and otherwise do anything that will help the signee, name Keck, achieve what they wish in return for one favor. And then it flips again and again and again. You see a couple of things about the planes that you're not allowed to visit, or a couple of things really quickly that you should never mention the master's name, one that's unknown to you, out loud. A couple of things scroll by again of failure to complete this contract will result in immediate termination. Something about your soul scrolls by. It's all so fast. And then the end page with just a line and a quill.
Picks up the quill. Doesn't really know how to write with it. But he takes it, cuts his palm, and places it on the contract.
Yeah, I think as you leave your palm there, you can see the blood starts to soak out into the pages. Holding it there long enough, it leaves not the imprint. It doesn't cover your hand, but rather the outline of your hand. And you can see the blood start to spread across the pages. It trickles down a little bit. Maybe there's a little bit too much that pulls off of your hand and just falls into the crack. The pages hungrily gather it up immediately, and it seems to, and then suddenly, the blood just sucks back into itself. The writing starts to undo itself. The whole sequence kind of flips back. The writing just back and removing itself from each page as the book finally, the last page slams forward. Your handprint is there in blood. And then I think that's where we end the session today.
With Keck
on Keck
himself.
As the book closes finally, and you wake up in the morning with that kind of in the back of your mind. I think that's where we end the session today.
Oh.
No, he's not the only one with that handprint.
My left hand, not yours.
Our body.
Left hand.
Man, you
Connected
got
body.
an eye on him in the night.
Look, we have a sharing butt and a sharing dick, apparently. So, I mean...
you don't share hands, okay? You share genitals. That's
Getting up
No. We only have one of that. We
Yeah,
had this. We only have one of everything else. We just have two heads.
And two hands.
Well, great show, everyone. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. Sorry for this somewhat early end, but thank you, everyone, so much for watching today.
This is the exact correct amount of time, isn't it?
It's kind of, yeah, but we dragged on talking at the beginning, so it's like they don't technically get 3 hours of D&D.
Get 3 hours of us though, which is cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you four, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Everyone watching, really quickly, just if I can go through this blurb before we get the players to do their shout outs. We just launched a new show every Sunday called Spark of Eternity. It's another 5e show. So if you guys, is it 5e, Brett? I always mess this up. Okay, yeah, all right, thank you. I always mess it up. I always think it's what's sold as new system. It's another 5e show. It just started this past Sunday. So if any of you watching Table Story are looking for a show to get into right from the beginning, that's a great one to go start. There's only one episode out this week. And it's Wax Steven's birthday. Make sure to go show him love and check out our Patreon. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Let's go around real quick. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. Thank you so much for playing. Start with the other half of the dong real quick. Ozug. That's what you guys are, just one dick. You've made so many.
We're just a giant dick.
Now. You're just one giant penis.
2 tips, by the way.
I mean, considering every reference that I've made tonight, I accept that title.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a brick at you. You know why?
Yeah.
You know why?
There was an accidental reference though. The whole one shot, one opportunity thing. I did not intend for that. It was after.
That was a good.
I heard it.
Face
though.
pumped. Yeah. Thanks for that, Connor.
But no, I'm loving this. This is an interesting character dynamic that we got now. But you guys can find me twitch.tv/Connor Cronus. Starting Assassin's Creed Odyssey Nightmare tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I've already heard the soundtrack. I'm playing on PC, which is really odd. Is it robotic?
You're okay. You're okay.
You're good now.
Okay, I know how to fix it now. It's good.
Oh.
That is good.
There you go.
I'm playing on PC,
Mhm.
and I've been running benchmark tests, and it is beautiful.
It's a great looking game.
I've been holding myself from actually playing it. I'm like, no, I have to wait. I have to be good. I have to be patient. It's I'm looking forward to it. I get to hang off of Zeus's dick.
That was fun. That was the fun part. That was a great part. Keck?
No, I'm distracted by Zeus's dick now.
You ever hang off of Zeus's dick?
Foreskin and all?
No.
Foreskin and all.
Fuck off. God damn it. Hi, guys. What's going on? You doing good? Cool. Zeus dick. Yeah. What are we doing this week? Conan Exiles actually got a big old patch that we've been waiting for months, and that's going to definitely be on the menu. Been doing a lot of getting back into GTA RP again. The queues aren't too bad anymore. Lots of WoW. We actually got WoW Raid tonight. We're going to be doing some more heroic progression and all that fun stuff. So that'll be fun. And then got TwitchCon coming up in a couple weeks, and then BlizzCon after that. So
you guys are on heroic already?
We're trying. We're 2 out of 8.
We're 6 out of 8 normal still.
Yeah, Zool is.
Yeah. Sorry guys, we're talking about World of Warcraft raiding. Kale, Tuesday, our newest WoW raider.
Speaking of WoW, has anyone heard when vanilla is going to be? Is there any news on vanilla?
We can play the demo at BlizzCon. If you get the virtual ticket, you can play the classic demo at home.
It's getting close.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
like a month.
I will be playing that. My name is Tuesday Gray. You can find me at /Tuesday Gray on Twitch and Twitter. I had a super fun time playing today. You guys should absolutely follow this channel and get in the Discord and go check out the Patreon and come see us next week because it'll be fun.
Bradley, what the?
Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. Forget about who I am and what my channel is. Why don't we go through all the things that are going on Table Story at the moment, because we've got so many cool new things coming and we're all running all sorts of stuff. We have 3 D&D shows. This one, see you next week for the next part. Darkfire, that's the one that I run. That's on Tuesdays. Head. So you can see it. If you squint, you can see. There it is. That's the Darkfire. And of course, Sparkly Turnip on a Sunday. Episode 1 exists. Wax doing some cool stuff with that. I haven't seen the end of the episode, so I don't want to spoil anything, so I can't remember what happened. But I would recommend you watch that, especially if you're into what is it called when you have your own building in D&D?
World building? Or
no, they have like a thing, like they have stuff that they can build and do like stuff in, and
progressive
tangible constant things to do in downtime that I never do in D&D, but I've always wanted to do.
Profession?
Sort
Profession?
of. Yeah.
No?
I also don't know if I'm going to be spoilering things either. So
I don't know.
I know how to describe it, but
I don't know the word.
Without ruining it.
I don't know the word.
And Identity Crisis with all the superheroes on a Friday. Just get ready to write down these dates though, because we have 2 shows coming up. We just announced Sector 49, which is a Judge Dredd campaign using the 2000 AD system, Worlds of 2000 AD system that just got kickstarted. And that is going to be starting on Monday the 15th. So write that down. That's Monday the 15th. That's got a lot of cool people in it, including me and Jay as players. We've been a player in anything together for longer than just a one shot?
No.
This is it, right? This is like
fucking terrorize Whack.
Yeah, I'm already kind of looking a little bit at being like the most annoying character ever, and I was kind of hoping that we could just both be it and just literally be the worst. Just it's
gonna be great.
Completely annoying.
We're gonna ruin Wax Day. Unfortunately,
every Monday is just ruin Wax Day Monday. So I'm really looking forward to that. It doesn't matter if you haven't seen Judge Dredd or whatever. I don't think really most of us know too much about it. But it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of setting set in this like really weird punkish kind of mega city, which is basically just the east coast of the USA. And also this month, because it's October, we're doing a special spooky haunted 3-episode run of a show called Stygian Gate, which is even more interesting because it has me as a player, Jay as a player, and Whack as a player for the first time ever. as well as our good friend Mr. Giggles. That's her name. Don't forget it. And we're going to be playing versions of ourselves in a spooky horror setting run by Pumpkinberry. And that is on Saturday the 13th. So write that one down, because that's just like a little spooky, it's almost like a one-shot, but it's going to take place over a couple of weeks. And I recommend watching it because I think it's going to be really fun. Me, Wack, and Jay, who fucking run Table Story, have never played in a game together.
Never played in one.
Even for a one-shot, I don't think.
Ever. Yeah.
Like, never. So it's the first time we get to do that, and it's going to be really weird and funny, and PB is putting a lot of effort into running that, and I'm really looking forward to it. So
the closest we've gotten is the Shill Show. That's it. That little...
Have we played in that as players, though?
Yeah, that was the Desperate Housewives. Oh my god!
Yeah, I guess, but you kind of ran that.
No, that was Whack. I mean, it was like a tabletop thing. It was kind of like...
That felt more like we played a board game.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, we're playing that. So make sure you write down that specifically. And that is also kind of a little bit of a thank you to the Patreons, because we were planning on doing a thing with a stretch goal for Table Story one-shots where we do all sorts of crazy shit on the stretch goals. So thanks to the Patreons who are supporting all these things. You guys are good peeps. So make sure you write down those things. I know it's a big blurb. I did that on Darkfire as well. It was just going on for ages because
just a shit ton. Thank you for doing it. I appreciate it.
I think like sometimes you just gotta get it down because it's crazy. I'll update all the schedules and things as well, so they'll be on the page. I've been a bit MIA, but I think all the schedules and stuff below the stream are a little bit out of it. So that's it, right?
Thank you,
Jay.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Next Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back, no matter what. And again, thank you everyone so much for watching. We'll see you next Thursday, 4 p.m. Make sure to watch all Table Story, yeah? Catch Identity Crisis tomorrow. Bye!
But what does the cow mean?
What does the cow mean?
But what about the cow?